there's one true thing about restaurants, you are never alone.
Scottish. Joy Moss, Bad Boy Gaming, and I gotta start this video off with telling you guys this is the 5th and 6th bundle from a sealed case of gift bundles. Wait until you see this. And just when you think it can't get any better, oh my God, it gets better. This is one video you're gonna want to stick around for. And if you enjoy the content, considering subscribing. Skadoosh. Skadoosh bags. Joy Moss, Bad Boy Gaming. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy what you see, consider subscribing by the end of this video. Thanks. 2 Final Fantasy bundles. We will have completed a sealed case of 6 Final Fantasy gift bundles. Pretty insane if you ask me. We found some hits along the way, some better than others, but so far, between the 2 bundle, or the 2 separate openings of 2 bundles each, we've basically been even. I think there was like a 30 or 40. Oh my God. Don't steal. Bad things will happen to you. Drop the soap. Bubba about to elope. Watch out for that. So I'm talking to you, little Billy. Here we go. Here we go. That's got to be in all videos. There we go. This is it. Also, I asked some questions. The most overrated and underrated fast food joints. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta actually do this upside down. It's the card trick. Pokemon. I wanted to say 7. I didn't say 7. I'm going 6. 15. Like an effing nerd. That die is, I don't know. I'm gonna price it again on eBay. We'll see what it's been selling for. You know, product's still not out yet. I may just stick with 50 bucks. I have a collection of them by now. I thought one was different colored. I have like 6 here. 5. Okay, here we go. It's time to rock and roll. I was kind of surprised by some of the results here. Most overrated fast food restaurants. Also, Amazon sold out. GameStop sold out. Target, you guessed it, sold out. You could have got $94.99 at Target. That's crazy sauce. Hey, it's a dragon. I like dragons. Close enough. We'll take it, right? There we go. We got Kane. Speaking of Kane, let's get up into what you guys threw down in the comments the other day. I love hearing your responses. Most overrated fast food chains. White Castle. McDonald's. Many people agreed with McDonald's. Buffalo Wild Wings. Couple, myself included in that one. Hooters. I've only been to Hooters once. And that's when I was young. I think my dad maybe took me there. Or maybe I just was like peeking over when I worked at McDonald's when I was 14 years old. Not really too certain. But yeah, maybe I did go in. Did I ever go in? I don't even know if I ever went in. All I know is there was one growing up by me in Parma Heights, Ohio, suburb of Cleveland. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I ever ate the food. If I did, I don't remember. Applebee's, another. Can we get another one, Joey? Another overrated fast food, Jay. That's gonna be Applebee's. I agree with that one, 100%. Never really liked going there. Don't think the food's all that great. Don't really care for it. Fire Crystal. Hey, you'll feel. We'll take that. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Tiger Shadow. Those can be a bit more scarce. They can be. It can be like that. I didn't price one of these on accident in another video. Summoner's Grimoire. So yeah, whatever that's going for, cool. But yeah, I did neglect to include the price tag on that bad boy. Okay. A lot of people said Taco Bell is overrated. Raising Cane's is overrated. The majority, it was like maybe a 6-7%. In-N-Out Burger took the cake for being most overrated. I don't live on the West Coast. I'm a Midwest boy. I did live on the West Coast. I was in Arizona for a while. Close enough, right? And I ate a Jack in the Box. I don't think I ever ate at Whataburger, though. But I would have, if I came across one. But hey, I don't know, it just didn't happen. Whatever, sad times. Clive's Hideaway. Stolen uniform and a whole lot of nada. KFC, Chipotle, and Five Guys. Also in United Kingdom, Nando's is overrated. One of my UK subscribers mentioned that. And then we went to most overrated. I'm sorry, most underrated. The top, look, we just discussed the most overrated. Now we're going to the underrated. This one, off rip, I agree with 100 billion%. Win Crystal, we got so many crystals. You know your name, Crystal? Shout out. Culver's. Culver's really is good. It's in walking distance from my home in Strongsville. And yeah, man, I walked there with my 5-year-old, and I think in the past 2 months, we've walked there twice. Maybe hit up the Salvation Army while we're at it, I'm a bargain hunter, guys. I'm not gonna lie. But Culver's is good. Definitely, I think underrated, or maybe just up and coming. And anyway, Texas Roadhouse made the list. I do like Texas Roadhouse. Haven't been there in a couple years, but man, Texas Roadhouse is legit. I'm surprised to see Pizza Hut on here and Taco Bell, but both of those came from my United Kingdom brother from another mother. So maybe that's why they don't got a lot of those locations out there. But I mean, you cannot overrate Taco Bell when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you're blitzed. It's not overrated at that point. Yeah. Underrated, I don't know. It just hits the spot. I don't even know how many, oh my gosh, I don't know how long it's been, but I have been sober maybe over a year. I don't even know. Sometimes you just don't keep track of the little things, There's Xenos, which I've pulled 5 times now, which is stupid. And there's Eminem. Hello, Eminem. Could be Ellen. You never know. She got blacklisted, though. Sad times. What? Yeah! Okay! Yeah! There you go. Sid. Timeless Artificer. I didn't even realize I could crack him out of a regular play booster. That makes me want to check all my uncommons now. But I don't recall seeing Sid at all until right there. Holy crap, man! He is pretty scarce. Opera love song, diamond weapon, magic pot. That's crazy. There's no more Sids in here, are there? Am I crazy? Are you crazy or something? I might be. Okay, there we go. All right, anyway, so more underrated places that you guys threw at me. Burger King. That was from someone in the U.S. Burger King. The Burger King by me, it always takes. I swear, there's never a line ever in the. There's Lunar Whale. There's never a line in the drive-thru. I might be the first or second person, and unbelievably so, it typically takes a solid 15 minutes to get my order. What are they doing in there? I would imagine they're high as a kite. Something's going on there. And it's always different people that are working, revolving door. They hire, they fire, whatever. Some people retire. And yeah, didn't like that though. But, Burger King, to each his own, man. To each his own. P. Terry's, never heard of that. Whataburger also made the list here for underrated. Chicks on a River and Zaxby's. That's the second time I heard of Zaxby's. Like a couple years ago, I may have asked the same question, and people said Zaxby's. I'm like, okay. So Zaxby's, you ever heard of it? Let me know about that. Multiple people said Arby's. Here's my front position. Hat house. Not too shabby. There you have it. Yoshitaka Amano. Probably one of the best Japanese artists out there. Not gonna lie. And there is Sacrifice. I was hoping for a Mythic behind that card. We got two pretty darn good through the ages right there, not gonna lie. That's pretty good. Okay, so still moving along, trucking and ducking and finding some people to get tough. Okay, Shake Shack. I haven't heard of that one before. Mooyah. I do have a Mooyah near me. It's in Berea. And Popeyes also made the list. Now we're gonna get into some crazy stuff. Do you guys agree with any of those? If you don't, I got a new list for you. This one's gonna take the cake, and I already know it's gonna be. Actually, it might be an underwhelming amount of people that actually comment on this one. I don't know why. People don't like to comment anymore, but whatever. So maybe we'll get like 5-10 feedback. Most overrated.
Have you ever seen a game where the stronger you become, the more dangerous it is? You are in the wilderness with no guidance.
Video games. In my opinion, Call of Duty and FIFA. Anything FIFA, football, soccer, sure. The Holy See. Yeah, it's just like the same thing over and over again with FIFA, and then they just throw in, different jersey numbers. That's about it. A little bit different stats. Yeah, maybe you could argue the same thing about Madden. I don't know. I like Madden. And then most underrated video games, in my opinion, it's gonna be me. Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Anytime I've ever introduced anyone to that game, it's a MOBA. You can play it on your phone. You can also play it on the PC. You can play it on a tablet. You can play it on a train. You can play it next to a dog. You can play it with a guy named Chuck. But that's a really freaking fun game, man. Let me tell you, anytime I've introduced anyone to the game, they got hooked on it. And it was like that. It do be like that. The lands, I'm not going to open that. Next bundle. Whew. Oh, it's the Prince of Lupus. Keep in mind something. I saved this until now. But yeah, let me know. What do you think is the most underrated video game of all time? And what's the most overrated video games of all time? Gotta hear about it. These are going to drop in price. I'd say all of these prices are going to be halved, with the exception of a few that are standout, that are highly playable, highly collectible, and made an impact in the Final Fantasy world, Those ones are going to stay about the same, maybe dip 10%, maybe jump 30, who knows. But yeah, there's Ambrosia Whiteheart. Wow, this has been pretty weak sauce, okay. Alright, hey, these are scarce though. I'm not sure what that one's going for. Everyone's like, I love that bird. I love that bird. That's super duper. Super duper pooper scooper. Double looper. That was a freaking fun toy to play with. I wanted it for Christmas. My dad got it, and we ended up returning it because it didn't go through the loop, always flew off. Crazy sauce, I know. Super duper double looper. Glow in the dark while you're taking a crap. Okay. Let's cook up some Heaven's Bakery. Ancient Calamity. These are $100, and these collector packs $100 right now. That's the market value. It's stupid as all hell. I understand. Overpriced.
We go. Is it the blue fish?
Hey, here we go. Prune. All right. Quick creature has base power, toughness, XX, right? Life total.
You want me help?
You can cheat that into play.
Oh, no, he's a favorite.
Checkers. I'll play checkers anyway. I'm a chess guy. Honestly, I'm a chess guy. All right, that was it. There's Ancient Metropolis. Oh no, it's going downhill. It's all downhill from there. It's all downhill. Yep, there's Franny. Oh my god, remember that sick on Fran? The chick with the annoying voice. Hey, Knights of Round. I'm pulling it. Knights of Round, pretty legit. Let's get a uncommon Search Foil. You guys ready? I pull her often. She's like 59 cents, so we don't price her, but it's the Surge Foil. Woo! Hey there, you little shit! That's the best one! Whammy! You and target opponent each draw a card. I think I threw away the list, but oh my gosh. Isn't that one of the best? I think it's one of the best. Where's the list? It's buried under bullshit. I don't know where the list is at. I had a list, though. I think that's one of the better ones. Wow, Secret Rendezvous. There you have it, man. I wonder how many times they pulled a Secret Rendezvous. I think that's the best one you can get. One of them. The Surge Foil is better, but yeah, whatever. We got a secret rendezvous. About damn time. That makes me wonder how many times I've cracked a secret rendezvous and I'm unaware of it. Probably a lot. Alright, our first bundle's done. Sorry that took a while. Let's get into the second one. Are you guys ready for this? It's time to dive right in. Wink. Box 2. Still can't get over the fact that these are... Oh yeah, prices dropped. They're down to, currently, $225. Lowest listing on TCG Player, $219. Lowest listing I could find online, $195. I said the lowest that would probably go is $170, and then it'll just shoot back up. I said $170 to $180. We will see about that, buckaroos. Something tells me this is going to be like a juicy, juicy bundle. A juicy, juicy bundle. We're going to take these, put them right here. We're going to take these. That one's already slipping out. It's so excited to see us. Super duper. And we're going to put that here. Okay, let's go. Oh my goodness. Shoot. 8. No, 4. 11. Who the hell cares? Well, over 6. Well, can't hit a home run every time you're up to bat. A swing and a miss. And there's the with Summon Titan. Cool, cool. All right. Gonna step it up though, Chuck. Capital City. Now I'm chucking the common uncommons. Like I couldn't have missed that one, right? There's no way, man. Any bragging rights you want to speak of? Tis the weekend. Bragging rights on your gift bundle pools. Bragging rights on just anything you cracked from the set. I should have. Oh. Yawgmoth all up in them guts. He goes deep in the sauce, man. That is definitely a double bell ringer. There is Almasay. It'll always be Almasay. Pretty legit. Restoration Magic, Gale, Summon. Okay. Alright, whoops. A little sneakaroo there, huh? I guess it depends on the Call of Duty, though, for most overrated, underrated, you know. Alright, here we go. Ooh. Oh, that's a good one. From a regular pack, Terra, Magical Adept. Yeah. Welcome to my chocolate factory. She is a beaut, man. Wow. That might be our biggest hit from a play booster, I think, so far. Yeah, why are you here, goalie? That might be the biggest hit from a play booster, I'm not gonna lie. It's nuts, man. That is nut sauce. That is nut sauce. That don't even sound right. Alright, man. That was a pretty slick pull. Come on now. Come on, Daddy. Give it another bell. Emperor of Palamecia. Alright, and... Wait. Vigilance, lifelink, whatever you gain life, but a plus counter on each cleric you control. That's a 5-drop. If that was a 3-drop, I'm busted. Yeah, that would really be. That'd be seriously busted. There's the gold saucer. Tomberry. Instant, just say instant ramen. That's legit. I like that. That's a fun little reference there, huh? I have a couple boxes of ramen, not gonna lie, I'm the poor guy. Become a patron. See the link in the description after this video. Here we go, baby. Nation of Scholars, Rescue Mission, and Walker Brainstorm. Curious, my guess, like 250. If I had to guess what this Brainstorm's going for. I could be way off on that. Yeah. We'll see, man. Memories returning. No, go away. Star Rising, Dark Knight, good Batman movie, White Match Day. Alright, nothing crazy out going on there. We have 4 packs remaining. I got a feeling we're going to go out with a bang bang choo choo train. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? Baron. That's the selfie. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna take a selfie. That's his name. All right, cool. He might be, at the time I first cracked him in like the very first collector box I opened, which was a few days before release. This was like I think this was like a $15, $20 card. So I'm curious to see where that has fallen. Playable. What a guy. What up, Sid? My ninja. There you go. Nice. What do you got? What do you got in your hand there? Who the heck can tell me what that is? These Sids are dope, though, man. Very playful, very collectible. Yeah, you can play with your Sid if you want. Some people do. Some people do play with their Sid. Crazy Magic Bot. I can't believe we opened 2. Maybe I just been overlooking Sid. No way. Makes me want to go through the uncommons. Well, before this video is over, I'm going to zip through the uncommons and I'm going to take a look-see there. Capital. Sabertander? Come on, man. Excalibur. Cool, man. Whenever you gain life, put a charge counter on Excalibur 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on Excalibur 2. What's the Excalibur 1? Is that in the set too? I have no idea what's going on. Alright, there's summon. Sure. Okay. Nice to see Sids, though. Am I right? Come on, man. Nice to see City Boys. Nice to see them City Boys. Any Hooters. Here we go. Who's been to Hooters out there? You know, there was a place called Knockouts that took that replaced Hooters over by me. Very similar, you know, kind of theme there. You know, Knockouts, Hooters. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, fight on, fighter. All right, summon Brindle. That doesn't say Brindle. No, I had a dog. His name was Rocky, and he was Brindle. Lab Mastiff mix. I know, right? Boy was huge. And he was a stray. That's right. And I picked him up on Lorraine Avenue in Cleveland. Saw him just running around. Some like restaurant owner and Lorraine was yelling at him, and I'm like, "Hey, man, what's going on here? Oh, this dog won't stop coming around. He keeps begging for food and shit." So I'm like, "Come here, buddy." Such a nice dog. Such a nice dog. Great dog. Great dog. Here we go, guys. It's all down to this. Item shop keep. Local. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Our commons, our uncommons, our mythics, our rares, not bad in these play boosters. The first opening was gosh awful. No need to open that. We're going to put that aside. You guys ready for this? Drum roll, please! See more butts. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 1 life. If you do, draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on Seymour Flux. Okay? Okay. Prompto. Argantum. We got taken to Pound Town on these, man. All right, we did have some really good luck though previously, but yeah, I mean, I've never seen that art before. There you go. But something tells me, yeah, they're all going to drop about 50% in value because people are going to get these, start cracking them. A lot are going to flood the market, yada yada. Now it's time to crack the nastiest shit you've ever seen. Mythic Surge Foil. Didn't we crack one the other? No, that was a rare. That was a rare. Shoutouts Ground Zero in Strongsville. Ever in the area, check them out, baby. These cards will be in the shop. Get off me! Nobody's on you! You know, some of us have all the luck. Going out with a bang bang choo-choo train. Holy shit, dicks! We got Darkness of Eternity, the Dark Ritual Foil. Oh my god. Wow. That paid for the bundle and then some. What the hell's going on here? Oh my god. Wow, dudes. Wow. Oh my goodness. Bragging rights. My bundle's better than your bundle. Oh, baby. That is dirty, man. Holy crap. Oh, and another mythic. There you have it, man. Wow. Triple blazing pack right there. Holy shnikes. That is just nuts. Oh, that was a search floor right there, too. I mean, there'd be dribble. Clean up aisle pants. Not gonna lie. Holy crap, was that craziness. Talk about last pack. Moss is back. Woo! ding, frazza dun, ding, frazza dun. Let's check out to see if we opened any more rendezvous or SIDs. No, there was not anything extra. There was no additional SID. There was no additional secret rendezvous. I thought I like took a pretty good gander at all that. That'd be cool if they like slipped in like a serialized Chukaho, you know, in one of these. But man, dude, that freaking dark ritual, holy shit! And that Yuna, dude, get off me. Numbers on you. Just, no one's still on me. Seriously, one of these days, man. One of these days. All right, okay. If someone's gonna come along, they're gonna be like a mosquito and never leave me the hell alone. It's gonna be nuts. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I don't know if these are active anymore. They might be. I don't know if they. I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think they are. Maybe don't waste your time. I don't know. Yeah. But thanks for tuning in, guys. If you enjoyed this video, so did I. Skadoosh.
Dust in the wind and leave my eyes wide open. That's what it feels like when I see this disaster. Fingers around, pointing in all directions, aimless and angry with no one to blame but yourself. Now won't you save us from falling?
What is up, everybody? How is everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today we have a Final Fantasy Play Booster Box battle. How this thing is going to work is we have 5 participants. Each one of them is going to get 6 packs. We're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. And at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value are each going to get an additional 6 Final Fantasy Play Booster packs for themselves. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value mythic as the first tiebreaker and the highest mana value rare as the second tiebreaker. And if we need a third tiebreaker, we will go down the line with the highest mana value rare until there is a tie, no more. All right. So along the lines of like best of intentions and maybe not so well thought out, every new set I try to do like one of the events where it's like double prize support. And you know, in the spirit of that, I was like, Final Fantasy, that's going to really drive up, like, just the entry point into a collector battle. So I was like, all right, we'll do it for a play booster box. Not really realizing that if I have 30 packs to open for the box and then another 12 packs to open for for the prize support, that's 42 packs. So I'm going to try to fly through this today. This video is not insanely long. I already go long, and that's probably not going to help, so try to go a little quicker with the pace today. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, without also then accidentally overlooking a Through the Ages card. All right, here we go. Let us deal out some packs. We have 6 for David F, 6 for JA, 6 for Typhoon, that is 6 for Michael C. And last but not least, we have 6 for FOP07. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, so we'll go 3, and then 2, and then 1 pack. Good luck, everybody. Let's have some fun. Hopefully pull some juice out of this box. So first couple of boxes from the Play Booster Box side have been very, very strong. So let's hopefully continue that trend today. There is our first Through the Ages card. Is a Finn the Fangbearer. It is an uncommon, so we do not count it. And our first rare is Minwu, the White Mage. That is 5 for mana value, uncommon Demon Wall, and that will do it for that first pack. See another Through the Ages card. There's supposed to be about 1 for every 3 packs. Obviously, I shuffle them up. We do have Warrior of Light, which is Joda the Unifier. Actually, that's the first time I've seen Warrior of Light. That's kind of cool. That is a rare, and it is 5 mana value. Nice little hit there. Vanille, Summon Titan as our first summon of the box, our first summon rare, and an uncommon Self-Destruct. Self-Destruct is seeing a little bit of play. making it into mono red playlists. I imagine it pairs pretty well with Screaming Nemesis. Alright, here we go. Next pack. Third pack. Eden, Locke. Zidane is a borderless uncommon. Neat. And the Wandering Minstrel for a 2 mana value. So, what do we got going on here, David? 2, 7, 12, 17, 5, 10, 15, and 17 it is. I'm going to throw Joda on top. 17 mana value. Alright. Through the Ages, you can get, like, and they're supposed to be roughly 1 per every 3 play booster packs. You cannot get the foils in the play booster box. You can only get them in non-foil. The foils are collector box only. JA, 3 for you. We've got Battle at the Bridge. It's an uncommon, but its Fatal Push was pretty cool in its own right. Then you have the Prima Vista, Evil Reawakened, Renoa. Bartz and Boko is our first rare. That is a 5 for mana value. And then a Genji Glove, which is also 5 for mana value. Living the mana value dream there. That's already 10 for you. Play booster boxes. Quite a bit of variance on the Mythic count. I've heard boxes as low as 2. I've seen boxes in like the 6 to 7 range. We've opened a couple of 6ers. Alright. Circle of Power. Torgal. Stolen Uniform in the Borderless. Nice uncommon. Rare is Zell. That is a 3. Followed by an uncommon. Or a common. T-shirt martial artist. On the news that play boosters will no longer have art cards in them. There will going to be a token in that slot. It is interesting that we finally had a set where seemingly the art cards matter the most because people are really after the Final Fantasy art. So I would say that, you know, kind of this set and Dungeons and Dragons has kind of been the exception to the rule. Those are the only 2 sets I can really think of where the art cards really mattered. Maybe like what is it? All Will Be One with the Elishnorn, but it's kind of about it. All right, Moogle's Valor is a 5 for mana value, and that will do it there. So that is 3 packs. What do we got going on here? We have 5, 10, 15, and 18. And I don't know. I'm gonna throw Bartz and Boko on top. Typhoon, you are up next. So, for those of you who are art lovers, the art card lovers, I should say, I believe they're still going to be in the collector packs. Like, not going to be moving to collector packs, I should say. It'll be like apparently 1 for every 3 collector packs, I believe. But yeah, I think starting with Edge of Eternities, we get token only. I think they're getting rid of the ad cards as well, which that's a W as far as I'm concerned. Typhoon, your first rare is Clive's Hideaway. That is a land, that is a 0. A rare town. You know, and I guess for me, like speaking as a limited player, it is really nice to like up the token count. If it was like back in the old days where it's like a couple of tokens per, couple of cards per set that make tokens, it's fine to have in limited quantity. There's a Newfound Adventure, which is a Farseek that is an uncommon through the ages, so we don't count that. But like when you have like now like an average of like 10 cards per set that make different various tokens. Ooh, Kane, the Traitorous Dragoon, as a 3 for mana value for a rare. You know, it's frustrating. Like there's just not enough tokens. Like you're playing with pieces of other random paper or taking lands and putting dice on them to symbolize something. Like you just don't have enough of the tokens to actually, you know, symbolize the card you're actually playing with. All right, Black Waltz number 3, side quest Raise a Chocobo. Ooh, a borderless Tella the Great Sage. That is a 5 for mana value. And that will do it there. So, it's going to put you pretty low. That is an 8 for mana value after 3 packs. We'll keep that borderless Tella on top. All right, Michael.
0% chance I lose.
That is a Through the Ages, Search for the Frozen Esper. It's an uncommon, Nature's Claim. Rare is Aerith Gainsborough. Very nice. That's a 3 for mana value. Yeah, that's a nice card. That is still we are still mythicless, aren't we? Let's see if we can turn that around. Swallowed by the Leviathan. Side quest catch a fish. Rare is Zodiarch Umbral God. That is a 5. And Adventures in Bird Token. Third pack.
Don't worry.
Kill Freya. Battle menu, very nice. Thief's Knife. Rare is Balam Garden Seed Academy. That is a 0. And what do I got going back here? Oh, it's the art card. I was like, is that a borderless card? Nope. It a foil Thunder Magic. So that is also pretty low. Balam does flip into the Garden Airborne. So we have ourselves a 5, also 6, 7, and 8. 2 8s after 3 packs. So Aerith on top. All right, Fop. It's your turn. 3 coming your way. I see a Through the Ages card. It is Vaughn, Aspiring Sky Pirate, which is Captain Lannery Storm. That is a Through the Ages card. It's an uncommon. Chocobo Racetrack. Neat. Rare is Matoya, Archon Elder. That is a 3. And a Kuja, Genome Sorcerer, which is a very good card. It does flip into the Trance Kuja. And then we did have a foil rare, which is Summoner's Grimoire. I do like this card. Job Select Equipment. Oh, nope. Wrong pile. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. So, double rare plus a foil rare pack. Pretty good. That is a strong start for mana value. Shantoto, Dragoon's Lance, Squall. Neat. Squall's cool. I like him. That is a 4/4 mana value. And that will do it there. Alright, Thunder Magic, let's ball. Ooh. Oh, nice. Arden. So this is Varagoth. That is a rare from the Through the Ages. It's actually the first time I see this, which kind of paused on it. It is a 3/4 mana value, and actually a pretty cool card. And this is a pretty good card in itself, Varagoth. Alright, summon Fenrir Overkill. Excalibur 2. That is a 1. And that will do it there, but quite a few rares. So we have 1 plus 3, that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 19. Let me run that back. 7, 11, 15, 18, and 19 it is. That will throw you into the high, although albeit a very close race for the high. So after the first round, David F with a 17, J.A. with an 18, Typhoon and Michael C. both with an 8, and then Fop with a 19. All right, into round 2 we go. 2 packs. David, it is back to you. Oh, Resto Magic. Tidus. Raise a Chocobo. Ooh, there's our first mythic of the box. It is Emmet Selk Unsundered. Do not have a rare behind that. It does flip into Hades, Sorcerer of Eld. Pretty good mythic. Pretty good mythic. Anytime you can do Yawgmoth Will stuff, you're on the right track. Alright, second pack. Cypher as our first rare, that is a 4/4 mana value. Jekt, the Reluctant Guardian, which flips into Braska's Final Aeon. A foil Chocobo Racetrack, neat. And that will do it there. So we have ourselves a 4, 8, and 11. 11 it is. That is going to put you at a 28. We also finally broke the seal on the first Mythic of the box. JA, just back to you. You're now chasing 10, albeit David has now the Mythic tiebreaker, so for the moment at the very least, so you would need an 11 to surpass and retake the high. Did get a Through the Ages card. This is Memories of Nibelheim. That is a 3 for mana value. That's an uncommon though. Travel. Final act. Rare is Summon Leviathan. That is a 6 for mana value. Pretty good. We did get one foil rare already. Typically there's like 2 per box. Kind of still thinking there's one lurking out there somewhere. Here we go. Your second pack for this round. Alright, Opera Love Song, pretty good card. Crystal Fragments. Jumbo Cactuar. That is a 7 for mana value and a super sweet card. And there's that foil rare. It is the Darkness Crystal. Not a bad foil rare also. It is a 4 for mana value. Nice little pack there. And a ton of mana value. So 6 plus, that's 7, 13. Is that 17 in these 2 packs? 7, 11. Yeah, it sure is. 17. Holy moly. Oops. Puts you at a 35 and, yeah, vaults you back into the lead. Jumbo Cactuar is such a fun card. Been messing around on that. Typhoon, it's to you. You and Michael C. currently tied for the low. Messing around with that card and Arden. It's really fun to bin them both and then reanimate Arden. And then in Code of Combat and reanimate a Jumbo Cactuar that is a Menace Lifelink Haste Demon. Gain 10,000 even if they can block it. Alright, here we go, Typhoon. Summon Shiva. Zaz Chocobo. Primal Garuda. Rare is Dion, Bahamut's Dominant. It is a 4 mana value. Single rare. Does flip into the Warden of Light. And into pack number 2. Still stuck on 1 Mythic. Come on, Mythics. Here we go. Mega Tifa's Limit Break. Tonberry. Side quest to play Blitzball. Ooh, a borderless Sudden Primal Odin. Neat. That is a neat card. Love the art on that. Foil uncommon. There's a art signed card. So we have ourselves a 6 plus 4. That is a 10 for mana value. It's going to take you to an 18. Typhoon, you got a couple of borderless cards in this box. Michael, you and Typhoon were tied for the low with an 18. You just put up a 10 spot, so you want to stay for the low below 10. Dark Knight's Greatsword. Ooh, Machinist's Arsenal. That is a 5 for mana value. And a double rare. Ooh, there we go. It's a borderless Xenos. That's also a 5 for mana value. And that does flip into Shinryu Transcendent Rival. So there's 10 mana value. So much for staying below that. You have at the least tied it. Tied Typhoon for the low. Here we go. Battleman. Thief's Knife. Edgar, King of Figaro. That is a 6/4 mana value. And there's a Mythic, though. Hey, it's Yuna. And Yuna's actually seeing quite a bit of play. Really, really good card. Second Mythic of the box. It's at least a pretty good one. Yuna is seeing some play as well. I will sleeve that card up. Well, Michael, I think so much for the low, but Yuna is not bad, right? Alright, so 5, 10, 16, 21 in 2 packs. 11, 16, 21. Yeah, sure. Puts you at a 29, which actually strangely all of a sudden puts you in the conversation for the high. Weird. Alright, Fop, you had the high coming into this round with a 19. So you're currently chasing 16 behind JA. Ultimisia Von, Street Thief, that is a 3. Here we go. Battle menu. Thief's Knife again. Those seem to go hand in hand. Weird side quest. And a borderless Balthier and Fran. That is a 3 for mana value. That is it for that pack as well. So a relatively low pack, a couple packs there. 6 to your total. That puts you at a 25, which unfortunately kind of leaves you in the, like, no man's land in the middle coming into this last pack. So, entering this last round here, David F with a 28, J.A. in the high now with a 35, Typhoon still somehow in the low with an 18, Michael C with a 29, and Fop with a 25. Good luck, everyone. We're at 2 Mythics. I'd love to see us get at least 1 more Mythic. 2 feels real bad. Well, there's at least a rare. That's Shantoto's Coercion, and that is Diabolic Intent, which is a 2 for mana value. It's actually, again, the first time I've seen that card, and that looks really cool. It is a 2 for mana value. There's another rare. Barret, Summon Anima. I don't know how to say this word. I don't know. I'm not going to butcher it. I'll just get made fun of. That is a 1 for mana value. And a Oron's Inspiration. So that is a 3 total. Puts you at a 31, which we know will not be good enough for the high. The question is, will Typhoon have one of those weird multiple rare packs that takes him out of the low? J.A., you're at 35 right now. A healthy but not insurmountable lead. How will you add to your total? Cloud Darkness, pretty good card. Stolen Uniform. Mythic, hey, nice. So we did get finally a 3rd Mythic, and it's one of my favorites in this set. Please believe I went out and bought a bunch of these copies when they were still kind of cheap, although not as cheap as I should have jumped into them on. But that is Summon Knights of Round, an 8 for mana value, and a really, really cool Mythic. Followed by Summon Shiva. Start my long diatribe. I am pretty confident that the actual Knights of Round animation would still be playing right now. +8. Yeah, it puts you at a 43. That feels fairly safe at this point for the high. Typhoon, you have an 18 right now for the low. Here we go. Summon Fenrir. Rare is, ow, weird. The second borderless version of Balthier and Fran. Okay, that's a 3. That is a 3. That puts you at a 21. That locks up the low for you. Not a dramatic battle today. There will be no drama today. We have settled it already. So Michael and, well, technically, yeah. Michael, you're chasing 14. Knights of the Round are staring you in the face, so you need a 15 in this pack. Multi-rare pack with some beef behind it for mana value. Start off with a Through the Ages. It is an uncommon, though. That is Shadowbringers, otherwise known as Dovin's DeVito. Danny DeVito. Prompto Argentum. Noctis, Prince of Lucius. And a single rare pack. So that will do it there. Add 4 to the mana total, giving you a 33. Well, you did get a Yuna. Not all is not lost. Alright, Fop. You're at a 25. You cannot catch the low. You are 18, 19 below the high, counting the Mythic Tiebreaker staring you in the face. What's going on here? Here we go. Rufus. Unexpected. Inspiration. Fragments. Rare is Furion, Wild Rose Warrior. That is a 3. And that will do it there. 3 gives you a 28. As previously stated, that will not be good enough today for the high nor the low. So, our final totals. David F. with a 31. J.A. in the high with a 43. Typhoon in the low with a 21. Michael with a 33. And Fop with a 28. Because we have 6 packs, I'm going to try and motor through these. Typhoon, we'll start with you. You have the low, you have the honors. 6 play boosters coming your way. Let's see if we can add some juice. Set all these off to the side here. Rare. Sweet. Borderless Jumbo Cactuar. Very nice. That's cool. Sephiroth's Intervention. 3 Mythic box with Yuna and Knights around doesn't feel as bad. When the first Mythic was Emmett and we were like most of the way through the box. Now I don't think Emmett is a very good card, but it's not like super high on the value train at this moment. I was like, oh man, like we're gonna need some real help here. 3 Mythics I can at least deal with. All right, Minwoo. And Summon Knights and Yuna are not bummer Mythics to be sure. Neither one of those. Those are both pretty good Mythics, both from value and play standpoint. So, hey, through the ages, it is Laboratory Maniac. That's cool. Lab Man is always a few bucks, right? Rare is Sarah Farron. Oh, okay. Man, it's crazy how much of this like I've opened, and yet sometimes I feel like I'm still seeing cards for like the first time. Crazy. All right. That is a Through the Ages Farseek, Newfound Adventure. Fire Crystal, neat. Double rare pack. Sure. Oh, is this the first time I've seen this? Wow. All right. 2 packs. Little instant ramen. Overq. Prompto. Final Act. Temesia. Rare is Genova. Genova's good. I like that card. Delivery Moogle. And last prize pack for Typhoon. Dark Knight's Great Sword. Rufus. Summoner's Grimoire. Neat. And a Mythic. Oh, it's a good one. Congrats. There we go. Prize packs coming through. Sephiroth. Fabled Soldier. Flips, of course, the One-Winged Angel. I will sleeve that up momentarily. And a cool gold-stamped art card to go with. The Jumbo Cactuar wouldn't have been the worst, but boy, that Sephiroth really drives it home there, huh? Pretty good. All right, JA, we have yours right here. Let's get to work. Got Poison. There's a Mythic right off the rip. That is Go-Go, Master of Mimicry. Can't be mad about that. A Through the Ages, Search for the Frozen Esper. That is, of course, Nature's Claim. Chocobo Racetrack. Rare is Memories Returning. This is a gold stamp card for what it's worth. Memories Returning. A rare that costs 1 more mana than stock up. Does give you 1 more card, but you only get to really choose a couple of them. I think stock up is just a better card. Hot take. I know. Alright, Barrett Wallace. Lindblom Industrial Regency. Followed by a Stiltskin Moogle Merchant and that woodblock art treatment. Sleeve up Go-Go after this. 3 packs left for your prize packs. Doubling up on your total for the day. Cactuar. Garnet. Mythic. Ancient Adamantoise. So you double Mythic'd it up. Pretty cool. Big butt turtle. Really emphasized the B there, didn't I? I didn't mean to. I got stuck like mid-word, and I was like, which word do I want to say? And I was like, let's go with butt. Alright, and just accentuate the B there. Great. Fantastic. Omega. Rare Ninja's Blades. Pretty sweet card. Last pack. 12 prize packs brought us as many mythics as the entire other box. Okay. That does happen. Alright, here we go. Last pack, last pulls. Rare is Golbez Crystal Collector in the Borderless treatment. Sweet. And that will do it there. Alright, fun battle. Not as dramatic as we've had with some of the other more recent Final Fantasy boxes, but overall, you know, again, I've heard some of these boxes are like 2 mythics, so when it's a 3 mythic box and Yuna and Knights of the Round are 2 of them, I don't feel as bad. I'm like, okay, 3 mythic box with a couple of really impactful mythics in there. Prizes, sometimes the prizes are in fact the prizes. We got a Sephiroth, a Go-Go, and an Ancient Adamantoise. That is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, do me a favor, if you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means drop me some comments. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody, and be well.
令和でね、なかなかこういったフィーチャーマッチでボブ氏がまさか見られるなんてみたいなね、
激レアですよ。
ところはあったんですが、はい。
ちなみに今回、オルゾフピクシーを選んだ理由。
Get ready to elevate your shopping experience at Lulu. Get 8% back as Lulu points on all your purchases. Only with ADCB Lulu Platinum Credit Card.
It's Friday, June 27th, and Edge of Eternities is just weeks away. So who needs Final Fantasy? It's done. The sun has... I'm not really gonna throw it. The sun has set. On this set, do you want to play the booster box game? Not the collector booster box game. Those are now going for $1,300 each. My God. It's great because that lets us play the regular booster box game, only with a twist. You see, I am going to open up this booster box of Final Fantasy and see if I can get what I paid for the box in rares, mythics, foils, and that one uncommon that's going for $2 or more. And if I can, I'm going to sell all those cards. Yes, I am. I'm going to buy another box. But here's the new twist. People want to hear me talk for some reason. I don't know. I'm terrible without a script. I say some of the same stuff. Old man yells at cloud is what this video is gonna be. You clicked it, not me. It's the booster box game. Gently put it down. Gently put it down. There we go. How much money do we need to get for a box of Final Fantasy Play boosters? $200. Let's play. But first, today's video is brought to you by the greatest electronics store of all time. That's right, Micro Center. Micro Center is the one-stop shop for all of your electronics needs, whether it's TVs, laptops, PCs. Here, I am gonna open this up. I'm gonna go quick and I'm gonna literally hand off the rares, and if I open a Sid, the uncommons and the foils, have my team add them up and see if I open up a second box. It's the booster box game, the original flavor, only with me talking. Here we go, and yeah, it's wild that collector booster boxes are $1,300 each as of the recording of this video. These are $200. Booster boxes, oh, I got a little dent in it. Booster boxes used to be $100. $100 for 36 packs. Now they're $200 for 30 packs, all because nerds want Cloud. Well, here's Angry Man Yells at Cloud. Huh? Been waiting to say that joke for a while. All right, I'll just put the box over here. So, we're gonna skip the commons, and we're gonna go straight to the uncommons, but the only uncommon worth any money is Sid. The most expensive version of which is collector number 420. Sid, I didn't see it, so if I skip, I gotta look for it, but here we go. So we're gonna literally on these, we wanna go fast. Sorry, we're not lingering on the commons. We're just gonna go straight through to the uncommons. Just for this first pack editor, show me the price of the final days. It's less than $2. Show me Chocobo Comet. That's cool art. It's less than $2. Show me Albert Steiner. It's less than $2. All right. Oh wow, we got another uncommon here. It's Side Quest, Hunt the Mark. Less than $2. And then Hope okay, I gotta talk about the pronunciation. S theme. Hope, it's Hope. I'm going to guess this is a $5 card. We're going to put that over there to be added up. And the Iron Giant, loved that movie. This is less than $2, I think, but I'm going to put it up there. And then these towns, I don't think they're worth anything. Put them up there just for the team to add up. A lot of people have been angry at me about the pronunciation, and I want to be clear on something. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm not doing it to be funny, and I'm not an idiot. A lot of these, I'm not familiar with these names, and there's a lot of them. It's not just like, hey, look up how this name is pronounced. There's a lot of them. And I really would like it if people calm down a little bit about that, because I'm not trying to troll you, and I understand how it can be frustrating that I am mispronouncing Hope's name there. But there is a point. There is a point in all of this where you do have to also reasonably admit that a lot of these words are something that not everyone is familiar with. I have not played Final Fantasy. My wife was the Final Fantasy player, not me. And so I don't know it as well. And I just wish people would, like, a lot of people are saying I'm doing it on purpose to be rude, and I'm not. I'm not about that. Love the fire magic art. But I also just, I can only do so much here, and I say Kane, and if that's Kine, I'm sorry. But it's not an intentional thing. I'm not gonna be guessing prices on all of these because it's 30 packs, and we wanna go quick if there's a second box. So, I'm not gonna be guessing prices on all of these. Oh, I gotta go through again. I gotta go through the card. I gotta be fast here. I also, hey, it's Garnet. Amethyst and Pearl. Garnet was our preview card. If you haven't seen our preview video, we built a really cool commander deck around her. Unfortunately, I'm gonna say she's worth less than $2, which is too bad. I'm gonna put her in the add up pile. But really, really like that card. Not just because it's a preview. Buster Sword! Let's bust a move! Here's music to me busting a move to my Buster Sword. This is what is that? That's a solid $25, right? Show me $25. $25. All right, there we go. Summon Esper in mono red. What deck are you running, Prof? I'm running mono red Esper. Give me a break. That is something I think people should have been. Could they not? Like, Final Fantasy fans, I'm not trolling you. I swear to God, I'm not trolling you. Can you please tell me in the comments, could not the Esper cards been in Esper colors? Is Esper so inherently un-Esper? And I say that in dead seriousness, that they couldn't have made Esper cards in Esper colors? I don't mean to poison the waters or be the judge magister of this, but I just, whoa, that is not a Buster Sword. That's only a $5 equivalent. $5 equivalent. I also don't know. So I just got back from MagicCon Vegas. If you were there, I hope you had a good time. I got to do game nights live and actually with Iffy. Did you see the shuffle up and play I did with Iffy? That's here. You can watch that. But that was fun. I hope there's a VOD of that released. I know if you look on Command Zone, there will be a VOD of Game Nights Live released. It's a great experience. But I am still dizzy from the week in Vegas, and I have not really kept up to date on card prices because of it. I know that prices shot up through the roof while I was in Vegas, and I know that Sid is the uncommon I'm looking for, but I like, maybe that Bart's and Boko was big money and I just skipped it over because I didn't realize it because I've been away. I think that the prices on the collector boosters is insane. People are selling $50 empty boxes, and not as a scam. They're literally saying, hey, would you like an empty box? It's $50 and people are buying it. That's crazy, right? I think that's crazy. I really wish that wasn't the state of Magic. I do think it's fun when there's a set that is bringing in people. Are these lands, the rare towns, at least $10? They should be. I do think, I didn't even guess on the other rare town. Ooh, Ultima, Foil, Origin of Oblivion. Show me $20. Right? That's $20 for Ultima. Gotta be. Gotta be. It's a god. And when someone tells you they're a god, you say $20. I actually heard from a lot of people over the weekend at Vegas. What a great event. I wish the temperature was lower. Luckily, it's going to be in May next year. I heard from a lot of people about how Final Fantasy and other Universes Beyond products brought them into the game. And I know that I've got the reputation of being this not Final Fantasy, but just angry sort of person about outside properties being brought into Magic. And it was more how they were brought in and then the nature of the ones brought in. And I don't have as big a problem with Final Fantasy as I do with, SpongeBob, I'll be honest with you, Stranger Things. I think that if it's like, okay, here's what it comes down to. There's two ends of the spectrum, and editor, you can help illustrate me, and I'm here. One end of the spectrum is the last set of the year, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think that's fine. It's fantasy, it's mystical, it's magical. It's Magic the Gathering adjacent, which is a language that they used early on when bringing in Universes Beyond. And then the other side of the spectrum is also a set from this year, Spider-Man. I don't want to do any content about Spider-Man, but I probably will, but I don't want to. I've never been less excited for a set, ever, than I have been for Spider-Man. And it's not just that it's Universes Beyond, it's that it's not Magic adjacent, and it has nothing to do with Magic, and it's going to be standard legal, and I just do not care. I just do not care. And yeah, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, but those are the two ends of the spectrum. Fantasy works or fantasy adjacent works work, and I think Wizards is intentionally trying to change in-universe Magic sets. Have you noticed this? Because for the longest time, they were all kind of, magical, and now they're like, oh, we're going to space. There's aliens and it's sci-fi and all that stuff. Oh, we got a Sid. Is that the 421? My eyes are so bad. It is not the 421. This is 414. There's so many Sids. It's terrible. 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 I'm not doing that. So yeah. It's just that we're doing space, now we're doing race cars, and I think Wizards is doing it to get away from the criticism of, well, it's not Magic adjacent, and they want to say, Magic can be anything. Magic can be race cars and murder mysteries, and any of those things. And it never was, and they try and say, well, it was. If you look at this one example, what about, back when they had this one mech for the Brothers War or whatever. Cool art. And it's just very hard to deny that the overwhelming majority and the tone of Magic has been fantasy, not science fiction, and not, anything. Magic's always been a mashup. Why, what about Arabian Nights? The first expansion set ever, which actually, if you watch my interview with Richard Garfield, he brings up and he says, that's baloney to say that was Universes Beyond and stuff. He said, we were still learning and we never did anything like it again until now. He was not happy about Universes Beyond, but I was the one telling him. Nobody pointed this out, but when I told Richard Garfield didn't know that we were doing this in Magic, and when I told him about it, he got upset. And I had to be the one to say, it's okay. It's not the end of the game. He made a comment like, wow, do you feel like this is just really ruining the game? And I was like, nah, it's not. Magic's still awesome and fun. It's just the way they go about it. And it's just the fact that they felt the need to do Spider-Man. Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, many secret layers, home runs. I don't think that Marvel really works personally, but it brings in people, and that's great. That's great. It is. I say it like I'm saying that a little sad, but I mean it. I think that is good. We want people. We want people in here and in this game and enjoying it. And it opens it up where then they go and they look up Lorwyn and they go, I'm going to be excited for Lorwyn. I hope they do a good job on it, At the end of the day, Tarkir, people were so excited to go back to Tarkir, but I don't know that they really juiced that set the way they juiced other sets. And I feel that they didn't expect people to be as excited about it as they were. And I don't want to say it was a letdown, because it was a good set. It was a solid set, but I feel it could have been a little bit better. I feel they could have made it more of a spectacle than they were anticipating it to be, is my opinion. All right. Where do I think we're at so far? Well, how many packs have we? I don't have a pack counter. You do. Wow, I got 2 foils in that one. Don't have a pack counter going. I think we're probably at $70 is my guess, is we're at $70 so far. Does this style of booster box game work for you? I know people like me chatting and talking. And while I am down on some of Universes Beyond, I have had this new awakening to people who have come in to love Magic through it. And I think that's a great thing. I really do. I think that's a great thing that people are coming in to love Magic. This I don't love. This should be a token. Can we please get those? You know why these aren't in collector boosters? Because no one wants them. No one wants them. Go buy. When was the last one you bought? Like, it's a fun little thing, but it shouldn't be in a play booster because you can't play with it. What should be in play boosters are tokens. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Anyway, if you've never been to a Magic Con, I do hope you attend. They're a lot of fun. Cecil. They're a lot of fun. And you get to see awesome things like Game Nights Live, which if you've never seen a Game Nights Live, go watch the VOD, which I'm in. They're epic. But you also get to play a lot of Magic with friends from all over the world and meet people as well. And it's a good time. I'm glad it's back. It's The Gathering. Check out the terribly named Spotlight series, which should have just been called GPs. And go see if you want to spend a weekend playing Magic, if there's one near you. And I think that's a lot of fun. Tifa. But there is a sadness, I feel, to the fact that there's no new Magic till 2026. And yes, I say this as the next set is in-universe, but not really. Edge of Eternities, spaceships, aliens. The recent Magic story had them talking to an AI. And it was good. By the way, the Magic story is really good right now. It's really legitimately good. I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a problem with, cool, you've got an AI. You know, is that really what we want to be doing here in universe? So we go from spaceships, AI, aliens, to Spider-Man, to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then it's next year. So for the rest of the year, we're halfway through the year, and there's no more Magic: The Gathering. And I feel really bummed about that. I really wish they had not delayed another Ultima. How much is the non-foil version? Maybe $12? You know, like the fact that the name of the set is literally Lorwyn Eclipsed, and it was eclipsed by Universes Beyond. Has anyone pointed that out yet? Boy, I hope they do a good job on that. If you haven't seen Spice 8 Rack's video about Lorwyn, it's amazing. Or if you haven't seen Spice 8 Rack, play Lorwyn pre-release with me, Aaron Hansen, and Spencer Crittenden. Check out that episode. It's honestly one of my favorites. Mono Red Esper, Zach Fair, and Machinist's Arsenal. I almost said Machinists. That's only a $4 card. Are we at $100 yet? Yes. Yes, we're at $100, but are we going to hit 200 with only 3, 6, 7 packs left? I think. Maybe get another big one. I don't know, though. All the money's in those collector boosters is the problem. All the money is in those collector's boosters. Oh, no.
Fine day. Good day to you.
Hardwin the Usurper. That's probably just a $4 card as well. It's too expensive. It's good. I'd say $5. And yeah, you know, we're starting to reveal that we're returning to other Magic Worlds. We're going back to Strixhaven. That's cool. I liked Strixhaven. You know, we saw that over the weekend. How is it that we just released Final Fantasy and the next set is coming out in a matter of weeks? Literally a matter of weeks. We're into previews for Edge of Eternities. Try not to mispronounce that as Edge for Eternities. Moxie. You know? And it just feels so rushed. I haven't even been able to enjoy this set. We're only on the regular booster box game, and by the time this comes out, it's time to Edge. Sorry, I'm gonna stop. If you never saw our gambling episode with Ristic Studies, Voxy, and Spencer Crittenden, you'll know why I'm giggling about these terrible, terrible junior high school jokes. But don't blame me. Wizards knew what they were doing. They had to know. But I'm not going to make any more of those jokes because they really are juvenile, sort of thing. They're really juvenile, and I'm not going to make them. I'm done. What I am going to say is that the next set is coming out way too soon. The next set is coming out way too soon for us. The phrase in Magic the Gathering used to be savor the flavor. Savor the flavor, and you can't do that when the release schedule is this fanatic. Also, given how good that this is doing, Final Fantasy, and selling, wouldn't it be great if there was just more time with the set to enjoy it, to draft it, to all of those things before we move on to the next silly thing? That's how I see it. We have 6 packs left. Are we at $150? Yes. Yeah, we got some big ones there, and we're about to. Look at that. Okay, zoom in, editor. We got a little peek. What is that at the back? All right. What is the most, before I go through to see this, right here, show me, editor, the most expensive card that I can open in a play booster box? Because I don't know what's fully in the collectors versus the non-collectors as usual. So show me the most expensive card I could open in a play booster box. And the price, of course. Wow! Will I open that card? I don't know. All right. It's peeking. It's doing a little peek. All right. $10. Here it is. What is it? Oh my God, it's a Realm Reborn. That's not it. That is not it. That is, even in foil, that... That's a terrible mana cost for that effect. That's a $5 card. No. It's foil. $8.53. $8.53. 6 mana. Other permanents. Okay, it's permanents? I stand by my guess. I really do wish, too, that I knew what was in what packs. There's just so many variants, and it's literally my job. It's not me being lazy or old. It's just a level where I always thought that if I did get to interview, Rosewater used to say to me, not anymore, a long time ago, Rosewater used to say to me in the instances that we interacted that he would love to be interviewed by me, and that he would always say, I would love a feet to the fire interview. That never goes well for people when they say that to me. Love a feet to the fire interview. And what I always thought would be a great feat to the fire to him is just to ask, so what can I open? Can I open this card in a collector booster box? Can I open this card in a play booster pack? What cards are where? And see if he could actually be like, without the PowerPoint presentations, because he's a big part of Project Booster Fun, which is what led us here, and be like, do you know what cards are in your products? And not in an aggressive way, but to make the point to say, well, if you don't know, assuming he doesn't pass, and he's like, oh, is that in there? I'm not sure. It's like, well, no, it's not in there, and it's actually in these. And to just make the point of, well, if you can't pass, how do you think a casual player is going to pass? And then you're going to try and sell to a casual player a $10 booster pack. How much are booster packs going to be? So this is $200 for 30 packs. 3, 6, 9, 6, like $7.99 a pack. Standard packs at Modern Masters pricing. If you think that's a mistake, you are buying, when you're buying these loose or you're drafting Final Fantasy, you are paying what we used to pay to buy loose or draft Modern Masters packs. And you're getting the Earth Crystal. Shouldn't that be in the Avatar set? earth, wind, fire, water, heart. With your powers combined, I am the Avatar. No, wait. Yeah, I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun! And I just liked the old clockwork quality of Magic, of being like, this is how many cards in a booster pack, where you can get the cards. I'm fine with them expanding and doing these treatments, but every set it changes. It's this treatment, it's this thing. And I like the kind of clockwork quality of this is the way it works. So we opened all these packs and we got one Sid. Pretty rare uncommon, I would say. All right, I'll guess prices in the last one. Wow. Signed one. Where are we in price? Did we get our $200 box? I don't think so. I don't think we got our 200. I just don't feel it. I'm not feeling it. Maybe. Maybe we did. Maybe we didn't. Cool art. Random encounter. None of these, so that's it. All right. Vaughn, Street Thief, show me $3. And that's it. And then Iron Shopkeep and Foil, show me 50 cents. Show me 20 cents. Pretty though. There's the hero. My guess, $168.50. Show me $168.50. No, we did not get there. Not even in a $200 Final Fantasy Collector Booster Box game. What about bundles? How much are bundles going for? Oh my God, are they really? That's what booster boxes used to cost. How many packs are in a bundle? I used to get 36 packs for that. What the heck? Well, if you do want to see some fun Final Fantasy content that isn't pack openings, be sure to check out our Final Fantasy pre-release video with Gavin Verhey, Krim, and Numat the Nummy, or check out us playing Standard. Yeah, Final Fantasy Standard with Gavin Verhey, Krim, and Numat the Nummy. Oh no, wait, was Kenji in this one? Or Kenji's in both of them! Make sure you watch the Standard one. No one watched the Standard one. Why didn't you watch the Standard one? Why not? Thanks once again to Micro Center for sponsoring this video. Remember, Micro Center has all of your electronics needs under one roof, whether it's PCs, laptops, cameras, or microphones. Micro Center is the one-stop shop that you should hop to. Hop to it, that is. Hop to Micro Center. They also have some Magic the Gathering products you might want to pick up along with your new PC. Ow! What is all I'm saying? Thank you, Micro Center, for sponsoring this video.
I want to build something iconic.
It's a brand new day.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic has had to do some questionable things.
All right, John, it's finally time. It's finally time.
I felt like this day would never come.
There were some delays, but boom, just like that.
You got it.
This is the most expensive opening of the year, probably ever. 2 boxes.
When Lord of the Rings came out, was this how expensive was it?
What is up, everyone? How is everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today is the day that I open a Final Fantasy Play Booster box for me. I actually think this is the first, like, I've opened up, pre-release packs, and so I've opened up a fair amount of Play Booster packs from drafts and on pre-releases, but I've yet to open a box for myself. So, Final Fantasy, what a just absolutely different animal than anything we have ever seen. I should probably say, even now the price movements on these are so extreme from a day-to-day that it's kind of hard to know, but we're at least far enough out that I guess we can kind of start talking about it. So as of the filming of this video, these play boxes are sitting on TCG for a TCG low of $211 for a play box, which art is wild. I can tell you, just having gone to MagicCon Vegas and spent the weekend there, Final Fantasy was all the rage. The turnout was excellent. The con was excellent. But it was just a huge celebration of Final Fantasy, and it was a lot of fun. And but you know, these are what play boxes were going for. The singles were going for crazy amounts as well. So, needless to say, Final Fantasy has taken MTG by storm. All right, self-destruct. First rare is, hey, the Earth Crystal. I like the Crystal Cycle. I think a couple of these are over the $3 range. And again, I just want to preface it by saying, even though like I'm going to include pricing and things like that, like on the day-to-day, the swings with Final Fantasy stuff has been wild. So we're starting to settle, but yeah, there's a lot to know and a lot to talk about, and you know, I'm probably going to be wrong about a bunch of these, but I like the card. I don't know if this is above 3. I think the White Crystal is, and maybe the Darkness Crystal as well, but I can't remember if the Earth Crystal is. Regardless, I like the card, so I'm going to put it up top. Hey, first Mythic of the box, Pack 1 Mythic one is Nibelheim of Flame. Actually, I think these are, well, pretty much all the Mythics have at least some value, but that is varying degrees depending on if you pull, you know, Sephiroth or Cloud or Yuna or something like that versus a couple of the others. Nibelheim of Flame is not going to be one of your larger value mythics, but it is a mythic nonetheless. These boxes, the mythic count seem to vary. I've heard boxes in the low of 2s, and I've personally opened boxes, you know, in the 6 to 7 range. I think that's on the high side. Rare is Hope. I like Hope. Not going to be one of our value cards at this moment in time. What am I doing here? Put the tokens. I'm all out of sorts. How about that? Here we go. Put those there. Okay. All right. It is interesting. You know, the play boxes are $200, as I mentioned, $211, which is an insane amount for a play box for what we've experienced. But the crazy part is you know, I think a lot of people are like, well, you can't really make your money back on that, and crazy part is you can. There are pulls in here that are still substantial in value. Esper Origins as the next rare. The tough part is like I think it's less likely, right? You know, full stop. I think it's less likely that you have to hit something big. But between the borderless arts that you can actually pull of, you know, Vivi or Sephiroth or, you know, even like Bahamut or whatever, like there's some Buster Sword, Cloud, like there is some real stuff in here that does have a substantial amount of value.
This is Pod 5, the first fully immersive sleep system. Intelligent.
Okay, you know, I lied. I'm gonna put these over here. Dragoon's Lance, Colosseum Behemoth, Fang. Rare is Midgar, City of Mako. Just the land cycle. None of the rare lands really carrying substantial value at this point. Some of the art cards, though, actually do, which is interesting. We haven't really seen that since, I think the one series of art cards that I can recall having value were the Dungeons and Dragons ones that had the stats of the monster also on the back. All right. We have yet to hit our first Through the Ages card. Well, there it is. Supposed to be about 1 in 3 packs. Could be uncommon, could be rare, could be mythics. The mythics all have at least some value to them. I would say like the low is like $9, and then if you hit a Ristic Study, I think it's like $120 now for the non-foil. This one is Thrum of the Vestige, which is Lightning Bolt. All right, Phoenix down. Reach the Horizon. Rare, Stiltskin, Moogle Merchant, and Queen Braun. And that will do it there. What am I going to do here? Let's do that. Seems okay. Okay. Trucking right along. I think the extreme prices on like some of the borderless stuff, and just the fact that like if you get named characters of significance, it does make for a lot more volatility in boxes. Some boxes are going to look incredible, and some boxes are going to look real bad. Ooh. Dark Confidant, Bob. Those are second mythic of the box. I will take 2 mythics. Dark Confidant. Bob used to be really important. Used to be a very, very significant card. I'm not even sure if it's standard playable now. It's still a solid card, but I feel like just modern Magic cards, like, they just replace themselves anyway. Like, there's so much cantrip in them that I'm like, well, I mean, drawing an extra card per turn and losing the life for that mana value. I feel like there's other cards that just do more than that. Hey, there's a really good one. Nice. That is a Through the Ages rare, and that is Kefka's Tower, otherwise known as Bolas's Citadel. And I think this is like $16 by itself. Bob, I want to say is probably like, I don't know, I'll say in the $4 to $5 range. I could be wrong about that. But Kefka's Tower, on the other hand, I think this is a real card. That's like $16. That's very, very nice. All right. Capital City. Other cards I'm looking for. Rares. Starting Town would be great. Nice little borderless Choco Mog. And Raban. Zach Fair. Interestingly enough, at MagicCon, I played a guy whose real name was also Zach Fair, and I thought that was interesting and cool. Nice guy. Played against him and a couple of his friends in a trio event. Okay. If your question was, did he dress up also as Zach Fair? I actually think the answer was yes, which I thought was really cool. So he had cosplayed as Zach Fair for most of the day. All right, Reno and Rude, Fire Magic, Snowviers. Hey, a Sid. All the Sids right now, even though I don't really count like the uncommons towards the value typically, all of the Sids, all 16 of them or whatever there are, have value. I think ranging from like $3 to $9 as uncommons. So, let's do a little Sid tracker. Why not? Let's see if I can get more than one Sid per box. Tifa Lockhart, not a bad rare. I cannot remember for the life of me if Tifa's above 3 or not as a rare. I'm going to put her up top as a rare I like, but I can't remember if she's above 3 currently. Like, it would seem, if nothing else by name and the fact that she also is playable, the answer would be yes, but I don't recall. All right, 2 packs left in this first column. We do have a couple of Mythics, and I will say, in the grand scheme of things, while I'm happy to have a couple of Mythics early on, they are not high-value target Mythics. Got another Through the Ages card. This is an uncommon. It is Laboratory Maniac. Actually, I think Labman is probably in the $3 to $5 range. All right, Delivery Moogle. Rare is Ultima, Origin of Oblivion. Ultima's kind of a cool card. Reno Rude is a foil uncommon. And stamped card, gold stamped card. All right, last pack of the first column of the box. I guess we can say, like, from a value standpoint, not counting, just talking about the base cards in set, like Sephiroth, Cloud, Bahamut, Knights of the Round, Vivi. Those are all your big value targets. I'm probably forgetting a couple in there. Ultima, nice. Ultima's not bad. Interested to see if this sees play in Standard. I think the answer is yes. Jill, Shiva's Dominant, so a double rare pack. Flips into Warden of Ice. And that will do it there. All right, we are into the second column of the box. I don't know what I'm doing here.
This game, you're not ready for it.
All right. I personally would like a Bahamut or a Vivi for myself. I do want Knights of Round as well. However, I will say that it felt like those cards were too cheap at first. Like, they were pre-selling for like $3 and $4. I should have jumped on them then, but I bought a bunch when they were like $10, $11. I bought like 8 copies. So I don't really need Knights of the Round, but I would take Knights of the Round if that makes sense. Ishgard, the Holy Sea. So our second of the rare land cycle in this box. Again, the rare land cycle. Oh, Vivi, that's kind of cool. Rare land cycle not driving value. None of them really have taken off. But I'm just kind of curious. Out of the first couple boxes, kind of tracking how often do they pop up. Kind of same with the crystals. All right. Moving right along. Valkyrie aerial unit. Tele Great Sage as a rare. Neat. Sarah Ferron. And that is gonna do it there. I will say, like, it seems like you're probably good for 1 to 2 borderless rare / mythics per box. If you really hit it and you hit a mythic, probably in good shape, I should say. Well, not necessarily great shape, but some of those have a really nice multiplier on them. All right. Hey, second rare, sweet. So a second rare off of the Through the Ages sheet. It's Minwu, and this is Mangara the Diplomat. It is a rare. I don't think that this one carries a lot of value as a Through the Ages rare, but still, I will take rares. Choco Comet, Adelbert Steiner, Cargo Ship, Gobez as a rare, and Cloud of Darkness. In one of my pre-release kits, I was lucky enough to actually pull a borderless foil lightning, and it was one of the artist. It was the artist one. I was like, wow, that is a fantastic kit, and it was. All right, Fat Chocobo. Oh, I knew. I thought I saw one. That is Endwalker or Brainstorm, so it is an uncommon off of the Through the Ages, but it's Brainstorm, so good card. Good card indeed. All right, Samurai's Katana, very nice uncommon. It's Titus, Blitzball Star, Vanille, rare is Xanarkand. So there's a borderless card. There's a borderless rare. It's a Xanarkand Ancient Metropolis. Decidedly not a banger for the extended art. Or borderless, I'm sorry. Alright. Approaching just about the halfway point in this box. This box has slowed down mightily. I might need something off of the Through the Ages sheet to like bail me out here. Not going well so far. Like, not spectacular. Lionheart. Rufus Shinra. Unexpected request. Rare is Arden the Usurper. Arden is not really worth anything, but I enjoy this card as a person who is a fan of reanimation cards. I've had a lot of fun with Arden and Jumbo Cactar. Side quest Catch a Fish. All right. A couple of the patron boxes that I did were stone cold bangers, and so I was like, this could be a rough box experience for me. So far, I am feeling that. Hill Gigas, Deadly Dispute, another uncommon off of the Through the Ages. I do like the art on this quite a bit. Very cool. Deadly Dispute. Ignis, Sandworm, Summon Primal Garuda. Rare is From Father to Son. Search your library for a vehicle. With some flashback there. That is interesting. Alright, looks like we've got 4 packs left in this middle column. Gonna need some help. Hey! Hey! There's a really good one. Sweet. That is Knights of Sandoria. And that is Ranger Captain of Eos. I actually think as a base copy, this is probably in like the $25 range as a Ranger Captain of Eos. That is a really, really good hit. And a much needed Mythic boost as well. Not bad, not bad. I will take that. Really sweet hit. And Yoshitaka Amano. Omega Tifa. Crystal Fragments as a borderless uncommon. Cool. Rare is Summoner's Grimoire. I don't think this card is carrying any value, but I do like it. So I'll put it up top just as a card I like. Okay. Alright, nice hit on the Mythic off the Through the Ages sheet. That does help. 3 packs left in this middle column. It at least gives us a 3 Mythic box as well, because you are definitely not guaranteed a Mythic off that Through the Ages bonus sheet. Elixir, Clash of Icons, Random Encounter. Summon Primal Garuda, this time as a borderless uncommon. Kind of cool. Darkness Crystal, sweet. Like that card. Alright, uncommon foil. Ooh, Kefka art card. 2 packs left in this middle column. It is a fairly mythic heavy set at this point in time. Zidane, Sleep Magic, X-Death. Rare is Vincent Valentine. Not a valuable card, but a really, really good limited card that has absolutely bullied me a couple of different times. Fun rare. I like Vincent. If it lives and if it flips, it is a problem. There's a gold stamp card. 4 for a 2/2 is kind of rough as far as stats are concerned. Like, it just dies to cut down, dies to goes to throat, dies to a shock. Like, that's not great. But again, if it lives, it is a problem. Uncommon, we've got Squall Leonhardt, which is Danitha Compassion. Diamond Weapon, Ether, The Final Days. Rare is Genova, Ancient Calamity. Genova's a interesting card. I do like this card. And a foil rare is From Father to Son. I wish I was more excited about that, but not like a super high-end rare that you're looking for as far as foil is concerned. All right, last column here. Our Sid tracker, we're still at 1. Feels like it would probably be commonplace to like get maybe 2 Sids per box as an uncommon. Just a random uncommon, probably getting 2 of them per box. Maybe, I don't know. Here we go. Laughing Mad. Lucas Stadium, which is Strixhaven Stadium, sure. It's an uncommon off of Through the Ages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So maybe 1 more in this box would be like the average. Phoenix Down. Triple Triad. And Joshua Phoenix is dominant. Nice. I actually like Joshua. I think this card is pretty good. We'll put that up top. It's a card I like. Might have some value. I think people have been experimenting with that in Modern between that and Lightning in the energy deck. All right. Summon Shiva. Neat. Zaz Chocobo. Clash of the Icons is a borderless uncommon. Sure. Rare is Summon Primal Odin. Neat. Like this card just because I like the idea of smack an opponent and win the game. Sick looking card there. Art card. Alright. Hoping to get at least 1, maybe 2 more mythics off of the out of the regular set. But that is kind of the fear factor. It's like, okay, well, we nailed a mythic off of the bonus sheet, which is great. But boy, it seems like they, I mean, not seems, like they definitely actually lowered the mythic count in these boxes for the regular set. Promise Fulfilled, which is Light Up the Stage, is an uncommon off the Through the Ages. Rydia's Return, Rinoa, Prime, the Prima Vista, Ninja Blades as an equipment. Oh! Oh! Woo! Whoa! Holy moly! That is a card. Get out of town. Sheesh. That is a borderless foil VV. Is this in the 300 range? This is the upside I was describing with these boxes. I'm like, I think they're gonna be like very feast or famine. You have things like this that are possible. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this card's like 300 plus, and this is gonna make any box like 0 to hero. Wow. Like, that's one of the hits you would dream about pulling out of this box, is like the best possible outcomes at this moment in time. Holy I can't, oh my god. That's like if you pull this out of your collector box, you're psyched. That is insane. Okay. Alright. Final Fantasy, you have my attention. You already had my attention. Wow. 5, 6, The 7 packs left, counting the one in my hand, and that is just an all-star hit. Holy moly. Crossroads Village, Reno and Rude, Fire Magic. Good. Great googly moogly. Rare is Summon GF Cerberus. I actually do like this card. Fun story in pre-release. What is that card? That uncommon random encounter. It got to triple on Summon Cerberus and then cast random encounter, which means I got 3 copies of it. Copied more twice, right? So I got to look for the top 12 cards of my essentially. I actually don't think it actually underperformed on the summon encounter, like, but it was actually just really cool to be able to basically triple summon encounter and get a bunch of creatures off of it. I think it was only like 4 creatures on the 12 cards, but still. Did its job. Adventures in Ash. I'm in so much awe of that VV. Thief's Knife. Genji Glove. Mythic. Wow, Kefka too, huh? Box is like, I will have words with you, sir. That is another strong hit. And Kefka's cool. I think Kefka's actually good. Like, I think he's going to be a commander card. But I actually think this card is possibly constructed good if/when the format, the standard format, sees some adjustments. Whether that's bannings or otherwise. That VB is ridiculous. I hope you'll all forgive me for fawning over it. I think it's understandable. Alright, Resentful Revelation, Blitzball, Shot, Laughing Mad. Goodness gracious, that is Lightning Lone Commando, which is Ishin, 2 Heavens of 1. The foil version of this I know is very expensive. I think this is probably still in the, I'm going to say 19 to 20 range. That is also very, very strong. We got a few, oh man, that Through the Ages page really did some work for us, huh? Cloud of Darkness, Gold Saucer, play some Blitzball, Za Katzroy, and that will do it there. Oops. Alright, 4 packs left. Gonna go out on a limb and say this box is pretty good. Bold statement, I know. The Marlboro Man. Alright. Syncopate, Vincent's Limit Break, Redia, Eject, Summon Esper Ramu, Zac Fair. Hey, the Masamoon, sweet. Like that as a rare. I don't know if it's actually worth anything, but doesn't strike me, but I can't remember. I don't think so. I'm still gonna put it up top. Freya, Swamp, Hero Token. Alright, Blitzball. Another Through the Ages. Man, I feel like we went above the curve on Through the Ages as well. I'm going to move this Sid just because now Sid is officially in the way. That is Golbez, also known as Sir Conrad. Uncommon. Evil Reawakened. Delivery Moogle. Lock Hole, pretty good card. And hey, Borderless Moogle's Valor. Neat. Not a big value target, but a sweet card and a really, really good art. Cute art. Iron Giant, Vector, and Hero. 2 packs left. 5 Mythic box, including a redonkulous hit with that VV. World Map, Torgal, Ambrosia, Demon Wall, Ultimisia, the Lunar Whale. Fight on. Wow. Alright. Last pack of this play booster box. My first play booster box. Bada me. Let's see how this goes with our last pack. Any last pack magic? Everyone's like, shut your mouth. I think you've had enough magic, sir. Barrett Wallace. Summon Anima. Side quest catch a fish. And a Mythic. Oh, a Mythic and Absolute Virtue. I don't think it's a super valuable Mythic, but it's actually the first time I've pulled this. Like, I don't think it's... Yeah, I think this is definitely the first time I pulled one from me, and I maybe have pulled one other in total at this point. So I'm actually really digging it, the fact that I finally have one. I'm really cool with that. It is another Mythic. We do not thumb our noses at that in this set. And our super cool art card to end things. Well, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of the Through the Ages cards. So that seems above the curve, right? You should be averaging probably 10 per box. One of them was a Mythic. We had a couple rares, and then including 2 of the more valuable ones. Actually, they might be 2 of the top 3 most valuable. Like you take out Ristic Study, maybe there's one more in there, but I gotta think Lightning and Bullets of Citadel probably top 5. But let's not bury the lead here. Kefka, also a really super important hit. That's nice. But this, that is a card. That is super cool. I cannot wait to throw that in my personal collection. That is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, if you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody, and be well. Very, very early on. Like, it just hit Arena a few days ago. But I've seen Raban bouncing around some standard decks. Getting at least a little bit of a tryout, some play.
We can do this all
Summon Shiva. Love the summons in the set. Zaz Chocobo, pretty good. Next up is, ooh, hey, a borderless Sin Spear's Punishment. Sin is a pretty good card as well. A little Sultai action there for Sin Spear's Punishment. There's also a 7 for mana value. And third pack for Frosty. We've not seen any through the ages. I believe are 1 in every roughly 3 play boosters. If we hit any of those that are rares or mythics, we do count those as well. Choco Comet, it's Diamond Weapon. Phoenix down. Rare is Ishgard, the Holy Sea. That is a land first, so that is a 0 for mana value. And that will do it there. So we have a total of 9. 9 for Frosty. Yeah, I'll put the borderless Sin on top. Fop to you. Definitely some juicy mythics in the set. Oh, looks like we have our first Through the Ages card there. We sure do. That is Golbez, Clad in Darkness, otherwise known as Sir Conrad. That is an uncommon, so we won't count it as far as the mana value is concerned. But a sweet hit nonetheless anytime you pull one of those Through the Ages. Rare is a Realm Reborn. That is a 6 mana value. Pretty high. Double foil, both commons. Common and land, I should say. Alright, next pack. 6 mana value. Already almost surpassed Frosty. Alright, next pack. Capital City. Yep, Summon Anima, pretty good. Limit Break, Tifa's Limit Break. That was, oh, ho, 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 ho. It's a mythic, it's a good one, and it's a really high mana value. That is Summon Bahamut. I think this is actually... Is this the first Bahamut I've pulled? It might be. There's still like a couple mythics from this set I have not pulled. I think there's one of them. Oh, and I think I pulled one other. For Patron. That is 9, though, and that is what's looking to be a really good hit. I've been definitely messing around with this card a little bit on Arena. Both from a value perspective, and we'll see where prices shape out. It's still very, very early, but certainly from a battle perspective, already at 15 mana value through your first 2 packs. Excellent hit there, congratulations. That's a really good one. Alright, Ash, Sandworm, X-Death. Rare is the Masamune. There's a 3 for mana value, Sephiroth's Sword, and a pretty good first round there as well. So, we go 9 plus 6, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 it is. Okay. And a really sweet hit on that Summon Bahamut. That card is pretty awesome. Okay, Unholy Ram, it is your turn. So first Mythic of the box. Hopefully one of many we shall see. Alright, Titus Blitzball Star, Phantom Train, X Death. Rare is Choco, Seeker of Paradise, that is a 4. Next pack. There's definitely some cards in this set. I mean, aside from like the art and the nostalgia piece, just from the actual playability, definitely some cards I think I know that I'm excited for. Hey, that is Light Up the Stage, a promise fulfilled. It is an uncommon. It is a Through the Ages card, but an uncommon. But again, a Through the Ages card nonetheless. We like those. Evil Reawakened. Trigger creature of the battlefield with 2 counters on it. Okay, just checking it out. It's a reanimate spell. For those of you who know me, you know me. And Memories Returning, which seems like a less good stock up, if I'm being honest. Like, stock up as an uncommon just seems like better than Memories Returning. Oh, but we have a second rare in this, and it is Vincent Valentine, and this time in a borderless. It is not foil, but boy, Vincent is... Constructed-wise, it's 4 for a 2/2, so like, just it dies just everything. But I will tell you, like, at pre-release, I got bodied by this card multiple times because I couldn't answer it right away. One of my very good friends even managed to attach that Mythic shield to his Vincent that gave it power and toughness equal to his life total, at which point he was still at 20 because I was on the back pedal. And so he then proceeded to attack with like what was like a 24/24 trample lifelink Vincent after it transformed, and that was a GG. Okay, Ram, your next pack is you did pull another Through the Ages. It is another uncommon Squall Leonhardt, which is Danitha. Still another Through the Ages, pretty good. Cargo Ship, Fire Magic, Gaius. Rare is another Sin. Okay, it's another 7 mana value, and that is a Magic Pot, and that will do it there. Wow. Well, Fop looked like he was going to do some damage here, but it is far from over. So we have 4, 8, 12, plus 7, 19. 4, 8, 12, 7, 19 it is. Woo! And we'll keep that sweet borderless Vincent on top, just bullying me and taking my lunch money at pre-releases. All right, Zephy, you're up next. Hey, another Through the Ages card. This is Command Beacon. That is a rare, but it's also a land. So no mana value, but a Through the Ages rare nonetheless. And Command Beacon is certainly a very playable rare as well. So not a bad hit there, even if it's not contributing to mana value for you. All right, Demon Wall, Summon Shiva, Zaz Chocobo. Rare is Tella, the Great Sage, or just Great Sage. Sometimes I add thes in there that don't exist, but it feels like it should be a the. That is a 5 for mana value for Tella. Tella's a great sage. She's a little older, but if you have a younger version, then you have new Tella. And that's delicious. All right, I'll see myself out. Next pack. Oh, common, Fat Chocobo. I think in the last video I had like a Freudian slip and I called it Chonkobo, which seemingly fits. The Earth Crystal, neat. I do like the Crystal Cycle. That's a 4/4 mana value. And a foil rare Genova Ancient Calamity. Very cool. And you still have one more pack. I was going to start adding mana values. We're not there yet. Here we go. Ooh, Through the Ages, and it's a rare, and it's a pretty sweet one. Not only is it just a really good card, but the art is ridiculous. That is Astral Titan, otherwise known as Primeval Titan, otherwise known as Primetime. Very nice hit, a 6/4 mana value. Apparently the high is where the action is going to be at. Rare is Primal Odin, which is also 6 for mana value. I definitely want to like make Primal Odin unblockable and hit somebody with it on chapter 2. Like that is it's like a side quest goal there. All right, what do we got going on for mana value? We have 6 plus 6, 12, 16, 20, 25. Ooh. Let me run that back. 6, 12, 16, 20, 25 it is. And we will keep that awesome prime time up top. All right, Seth. Frosty's over here is like, yeah, you guys just put up your 19s and 20s. Like, rock on, guys. All right, Seth, it is your turn. Final days. GF Ifrit in the borderless. Rare is Water Crystal. Foil rare, second foil rare of this box is Dion Bahamut's Dominant, which does flip into Bahamut Warden of Light. Dion's pretty good. Oh, there's a gold stamp card. Gold stamp rare. Art card. Who knows? Normally I don't really stop on the art cards too much anymore, but for this set, never know. Okay, second pack for Seth. Chocobo Racetrack. Rare is Brynhilder as our first rare. That is a 2 mana summon rare. Followed by a second rare, which is Machinist Arsenal. That is a 5/4 mana value. And then a foil uncommon Vanille back there. For all that, and this has been a pretty good box, I would say so far. Like, it seemingly has some nice hits in it, some fun stuff in it. Still sitting on 1 Mythic, right? Okay. Next pack. We have a borderless Fang. The rare is Jill Shiva's Dominant, which also has a transform function into Shiva Warden of Ice. Yup. And that will do it there. All right. So what do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 3 plus 5. That's 8, 10, 14, and 18. 4 plus 4, 8, 10, 15, 18 it is. Sure. I don't know what I want to put on top. Yeah, I don't know. Let's put Jill. Sure, why not? All right, so after the first round, Frosty, 9. Fop, 18. Unholy Ram, 19. Zephy with a 25, and Seth with an 18. So, Frosty, we are back to you. You are currently very much in line for the low. You are half the mana value of the next lowest person at this moment in time. Seems good. All right, we do have a rare off of the Through the Ages. It is Inal or Kuja, Mage Manufacturer. This is a 5 for mana value. All right, Reach Horizon, eject. Rare is a borderless Raban. This is a 2 mana value still. And that will do it there. We have our second pack. Oh, I was like, is that what I think it is? Yeah, it sure is. So we got another, we did get another Mythic. We got one off of Through the Ages, and boy, it's a really, really good one. That is Stay With Me, otherwise known as Ristic Study. Just absolutely stunningly good art. You cannot get the foils in the playbacks. You can only get non-foils in the Through the Ages slot, but that is a Ristic Study. That is a heck of a hit. Huge, huge hit. 3 for mana value. Yeah, that's right. The pack's not over. The rock's not done yet. All right, Chocobo Racetrack. Esper. And a Mythic. Oh, my goodness. Frosty. Frosty, you are winning this thing. Like, just in spirit, not even by mana value, but probably by mana value as well. That is Vivi. That is actually the first Vivi I have pulled. Like, period. What are we in? 3 collector box battles plus 2 play boosters. That is the first Vivi I pulled. That is a pack. In the same pack, kidding me? Vivi and Ristic Study. I don't know if you will win, but you have won. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't even know what to put on top. It's probably the Stay With Me, right? But boy. All right, mana values. I should probably do this. 3, 6, 7, 8, plus 5, 13. 5, 6, 7, 10, 13. That's going to put you at 22, and despite the 13 and 2 packs, still just barely ahead of, or just barely above the next low. All right. Well, there was our second Mythic of the box. Oh, and third Mythic of the box. Okay. Bahamut Ristic Study, and Vivi. Like, that's an incredible box. Fop, back to you. 4-2. All right, Renoa, Stolen Uniform. Rare is Venat, Heart of Heidelin. Does flip into the Mother Crystal. That is a 3/4 mana value. And next up, all right, Adelbert Steiner, Cargo Ship, Regalia, that is a 4/4 mana value. Double rare pack is Xenos Egalvis, second of the art stamped cards. Xenos does flip and do the Transcendent Rival. All right, so we have ourselves a, what is that, a 12? 5, 9, plus 3, 12 it is. This is going to put you at a 30 right now. 30. All right, Ram, back to you. Ram at a 19. You guys are both, well, you were chasing Zephy by 6 mana value coming into these 2 packs. You're already at a 19. Instant Ramen. We have a uncommon off of the Through the Ages. It is Luca Stadium, which is Strixhaven Stadium. I see this card get pulled a lot. Feels like a common uncommon. Sandworm. Emperor. Rare is Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. Gilgamesh is also quite a house. If you're playing equipment in this format and limited, which is almost assuredly the case, Gilgamesh just do so much work. 6 for a 6/6 that has an ETB and attack trigger is fairly ridiculous. Okay. Next pack for him. It looks like we have another Through the Ages. It is an uncommon. It is Wild Rose Rebellion, otherwise known as Counterspell. Summon Primal Garuda. Circle Power. Ignis. Rare is GF Cerberus. Pretty good card. Hey, and Cecil, the Dark Knight. I actually like Cecil, which does flip into the Redeemed Paladin as well. Okay, so mana value wise, 1 plus 4, that's 5, plus 6, that's an 11? 6, 10, 11 it is. I have this as an uncommon. I don't know why I have it up there. 11. Sure. And that also puts you at a 30. Okay. I'm going to leave Vincent up top, just because I like Vincent, despite him just bullying me. All right, Zephy, you had a 25. You're currently chasing Fop and Unholy Ram 5 below the high right now, coming into your 2 packs. Wow. Okay, so there's another Through the Ages. It is Barren Rivalry or Deadly Dispute. Pretty good card. It's an uncommon. Self-Destruct. Adelbert. Rare is Genji Glove. So you are now officially caught up on mana value. That'll get it done. Next pack. All right, Queen Braun, Eden Seat of the Sanctum, Vanille. Rare is, I was just gonna say, I was like, imagine if this is a 0 mana value pack. Yeah, all right, that is a 0 mana. It's Jador, and there is not another rare in there. So that also gives you 5, which means we currently have a 3-way tie for the high with 30 mana value. Seth, you have a 18 coming into this pack. Why don't you just go ahead and get 12 mana value so we can have a 4-way tie, and I can be very angry. All right. I'm not very angry, but, you know, it's going to make me work and think. I don't like all that. Here we go. Black Waltz number 3. Prime Vista. Sid, Timeless Artificer. Rare Starting Town. Hey, there we go. Really, really good hit. Starting Town is already starting to creep up. It's just going to be a multi-format card. Like, it's going to be a multi-format played land. It's really good. 0 for mana value. So that actually puts you more in line with giving Frosty something to think about in terms of the low. Frosty's at a 22. You're at an 18. You just pulled a 0. So you're technically coming into this pack lower let's see what this pack has to offer. Tonberry, Zidane. The rare is Golbez Crystal Collector. That is a 2. Multi-rare pack. It is Astrologian's Planisphere. Actually, a Planisphere. That card is also getting a look in Standard, and because why not? That's 4 mana value, which puts you at a 22, and then also therefore puts you in a tie for the low. So let's just lay this out here. Pretty simple. Coming into the last round, everyone's got 1 pack, and we have a 3-way tie for the high and a 2-way tie for the low. Frosty and Seth both in the low with 22. Fop, Ram, and Zeffy all tied for the high with a 30. Box is wild. Box is wild. All right, good luck, everybody. Frosty, I don't think anybody's wishing you luck at this point. Everyone is just sitting there very jealous of 2 very specific pulls. Here we go. You're in the low right now. Tied for the low. Garnet. Relentless. Katana. Side quest. Oh, it's a mythic. And it's a borderless cloud. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So there's another mythic in this box, and it is a borderless cloud, which is also a pretty good hit. By pretty good, I mean a very good hit. Well, Frosty, that is a 2 for mana value, and regardless of what happens, quite a haul, my friend. Quite a haul. All right, Fop. Tied for the high. You would have the mythic. You would have the tiebreaker right now with that Bahamut as a mythic staring us back in the face. Here we go. I should state that Frosty got, I got so distracted. That was a 2, so I'll give you a 24. So distracted. Okay, here we go. Mina Rude, side quest. Rare is the Darkness Crystal. Pretty good. That's a 4 for mana value and a pretty good card overall. So we will add 4. Giving you a 34. Likely meaning that everyone else, or the 2 people behind you, will need a 5 to beat you. Here we go. Ram. Choco Comet, Diamond Weapon, Garland. The rare is Joshua Phoenix's Dominant. That is a 3. Is there a second rare? There is not. So that will put you.
One of your friends has to leave.
Oops. At a 33, which will not be good enough today. Zeffy. Again, essentially chasing 5. You need 5 for the outright. 4 would go to breakers, and I would believe that that would not be, that would be to Fop's advantage. So you need a 5. You start off with, oh, it is a Through the Ages rare Venser. That is a 4. Doing a lot of work here for you with that Venser. That is a rare. Here we go. It's Midgard. It's City of Mako. Midgard, City of Mako. That is a land. Is there a second rare? There is not. Ho, 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 ho. It is a 4, giving you a 34. Again, I will double check to make sure you didn't have a mythic in there, but believe the breaker is going to go to Fop. You were in a tie, and tiebreaker looks like it's Fop. So, Venser was enough to tease you. Midgar crushed it. All right, Seth, you are chasing Frosty by 2 mana value, which means you need, and I believe you don't have any mythics, so that would go to Frosty. So you basically need a 1 or a 0. Here we go. There are plenty of 1s and 0s. We just saw a 0. Rare is Balthier and Fran. That is a 3. Whew. It is a 3, which will put you at a 25 and take you out of the low. Although starting town's not the worst. That's not a bad place to be. And actually the Planisphere for that matter. What a battle. What a box. Box that had Bahamut, Ristic Study, VV, and a Borderless Cloud. That is a fairly ridiculous box. Final standings. Frosty in the low with 24. Fop. No, I mean, just to make sure I do it and do it correctly. Again, I want to make sure. Not rubbing it in, just verifying. And it's Bahamut standing on top. I need to go no further. So Fop does win on tiebreakers with that Bahamut taking him into the high. Wow. Okay. Frosty, you got some prize packs. Arguably the two big winners winning even more. It do be like that sometimes. Here we go. Frosty, how will you add to your spoils? How about a Fatal Push off of Through the Ages? And how about From Father to Son? Actually, don't see that rare very often. Sure, that's a 2. I don't know why I said 2. We're not battling anymore. Za, second rare, and a third rare Ishgard the Holy Sea. So that was a triple rare pack plus a Through the Ages Fatal Push as your first prize pack. Pretty good. Pretty good. Next. All right. Gaius. Rare is sure, Planisphere. Also a really good rare. Okay. And a foil uncommon crystal fragments, which is pretty cool. Next, last prize pack. All right. Rydia, Zach Fair, Esper, Ramu, yeah, Hope. I like Hope a lot. That's a pretty good rare. And how about the second Cloud? Holy moly, Frosty, you are rolling. Another Mythic, another Cloud. Pretty good. Not a bad set of prize packs. All right. Frosty, you feels like you have won the day. Fop, you have 3 prize packs coming to you. All right, Unexpected Request, Travel the Other World, Overworld, Side Quest. Rare is Za, Katzroy. Okay. Next one, we have Eject, Rydia, Zach Fair again. Wow, that's weird. All right. This is the same set of uncommons. And the rare is Vincent Valentine yet again. That is Vincent again. Pretty good. Just reminding me, hey, I'm still out there, buddy. And last prize pack. Here we go. Black Waltz number 3. Rydia's Return. Renoa. Side quest, Raise a Chocobo. Rare is Tifa. Hey, Tifa's not bad. That's a nice little rare. Okay, all right. Well. Again, stellar box. And Frosty, you stay Frosty. You have won the day. That is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, though. And if you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button for me. And by all means, drop me some comments. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, everybody. And be well. What is up, everybody? How is everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. And today we have a sort of hodgepodge of packs. A lot of the stuff, as I do from time to time, I participate in events at my LGS, whether it be pre-release or Friday night or whatever, and I just tend to kind of save up the packs, and then when I have enough, I kind of do a random opening with them. So that's basically what we have here today. I have a bunch of Tarkir Dragonstorm play packs. Actually, 5 of the non-foil Tarkir promo packs and 1 of the foil. And then more recently, I have some of the play boosters from Final Fantasy that I got from pre-release. And then not prizes, but I had some extra random packs. 1 Outlaws of Thunder Junction, random, and 2 Final Fantasy collector packs. So we're going to open all of those today. I'm going to start out with the prize packs. I'm going to save these for last. I'll do the promos second to last, I guess. So we'll start out with the Tarkir, then we'll do the Final Fantasy. And then we'll do the promos and the collector packs. So again, these are like accumulated packs from various events, which means they come from various boxes. Sometimes that's really good, and that means you get some really good mythic hits. In fact, the last one of these I did with Dragonstorm, I think I had like 4 or 5 mythics in like 10 packs, including an Ugin in there. So sometimes it's really good, and then sometimes you get some really random duplication where you get like 3 of the same rare in like 6 packs. And, you know, it's kind of the fun of it. So here we go. All right. Ugin Elspeth. There's a few more. Actually, I don't think I actually have any copies of Dracogenesis, so... Oh, Mistrise Village. Yeah, I don't hate that. That is still a decent land pool. Sweet. As far as rares are concerned, that is not bad. If I were looking for mythics, Mox Jasper, Dracogenesis, Elspeth, Ugin, those are still top of the list. There's a few more in there. Voice of Victory from the rares would be great. I have a couple. I have a few copies of that. I don't know if I'm up to a playset yet. So rare is Laced Prowler. Yeah, all right. Not as spicy. I'll do that. Move a lot of the stuff in between moving stuff over anyway. But yeah, I was super lucky. And I think when I did the promos last time, I hit it really big. I think I got like a Bristly Bill and like one other really good mythic out of the promo packs. We absolutely crushed it the last time, so maybe I should have tempered expectations this time. Serac, Elusive Hunter, not a bad rare. Not terrible. No mythics. Again, that's kind of the, you know, when you open an entire box and it's one sealed box, you kind of like, okay, my mythic count is going to be between this and this. You can kind of expect this from the rares. When you open a bunch of hodgepodge loose packs from various boxes, the variance is all over the map. Rare is Lotus Light Dancers. So the Mistrise is not a bad rare hit, but nothing of real substance otherwise so far. And certainly, you know, we haven't hit like 4 mythics yet, so a lot of work to be done. All right. Overall, though, like I feel like on the conversations I've had about Dragonstorm with just, you know, people at my LGS, etc., rare Narset Jeskai Waymaster, and a foil rare. Hey, Herd Heirloom. That is actually not a bad foil rare. Does see some play. That's not bad. Is that Tarkir feels like it's maybe, okay, from a power level standpoint, maybe not necessarily the most powerful in-universe set that we've had, but certainly probably at least back to Bloomburrow, and maybe even more so than Bloomburrow, the most magic set that we've had, you know, where it's not funny hats or 80s horror tropes, those sort of things, right? Cowboy hats or detective hats. Ooh, we have a mythic. Sweet. We got Ureni, the Song Unending. Ureni is a really strong mythic. 8 for a 10/10, flying, prot white, prot black. Enters, deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. That is pretty sweet. Tarkir, I had a lot of fun in Limited. I thought it was fun to draft. Thought the pre-release was pretty fun. And it just feels like at least thematically or tone-wise, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, the closest to like traditional MTG that we've had from an in-universe set for a long time. And I think along that vein, Tarkir has been viewed very, very well. Bloomvine Regent, cool. That's actually not a bad. It's not going to be like a big value hit, but Bloomvine Regent is actually a pretty strong card. 5 for a 4/5. This or another dragon you control enters game 3, but it's basically another cultivate, and Omens I thought was a really cool mechanic. Oh, cool. And a second rare is Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. Love it. You know, and obviously Dragon's got for Dragon Kindred Dragon decks got a ton of help from this. Okay. Looks like we have, counting the one in my hand, 4 packs of Dragonstorm left over, but you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is like this was a really fun set. I know I personally really enjoyed it. It feels like overall it is a well-loved set, well-liked. Rare second Mistrise Village. Yeah, sometimes duplication is a thing, and sometimes it's good duplication, and sometimes duplication is not your friend. But as far as rares are concerned, I will take double Mistrise Village. Still a good value, and also just a good utility land. I'm not gonna counter my stuff. Not today. Alright, fresh start. Starry-Eyed Skyrider. Rare is sure. Yeah, alright. Oh! So it's funny. Now we now have 2 Mistrise Villages, 2 Laced Prowlers, and 2 Bloomvine Regions, albeit this one is borderless, but that is hilarious. And so you've got the front, which is like the adult Bloomvine Regent, and then the back, which is like baby Bloomvine Regent. But that's funny. That is hilarious. Out of whatever 10 packs this was, or something like that. 10 packs over who knows how many boxes. Alright, 2 packs left. Got a nice little mythic out of it as well. Not all. Not as spicy as the last round of Dragonstorm. That was one for the ages, but still, not unhappy. Here we go. Rare is Kotus Fangkeeper, which is a pretty good card. Like, if you can't deal with it and your opponent has a way to sneak it through, it starts... Kotus gets really out of control. Alright. And it's not so easy to deal with an Indestructible. Here we go. Last pack of Tarkir. Teamer, Monument, Rune Scale. There's a Mythic. Sweet, a second Mythic. It is Neriv, Heart of the Storm. This is the Mardu Spirit Dragon. Fits right in there. Cool. Not a bust. Not as crazy good. It was unlikely to be the case as the last round of Dragonstorm, but certainly far from a bust. Okay, cool. Good, solid showing from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Let's open some Final Fantasy. Alright. There's a ton of stuff I want. Bahamut, Knights of Round, the Summon. Gosh. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'm looking for from this set. Here we go. First rare is Furion, Wild Rose Warrior. Starting Town. I was like, it's not, maybe we just won't be greedy and name off all the really good mythics. Starting Town as a rare. I would like a playset of those as quickly as possible. All right, Reach the Horizon, Reno and Harud. Sid. We like Sid. I love all the various Sids. Zell. So double red rare so far. Okay. Looks like we have, I think I have 8 or 9 of these. Then we'll move into the promo packs. And we got a few collector packs to open. Albeit, I will say the, Through the Ages. Yeah, there's Through the Ages stuff too, huh? It's supposed to be about 1 every 3 packs, but again, these are probably from 2 or 3 different boxes. Third red rare, Vaughn, Street Thief. Oh, and a Mythic. Hey, it's Bob. Sweet. Or a Mythic. I was just gonna say, I was like, the likelihood of Mythics is probably slightly less in these because they lower the Mythic rates on the set, the Mythics from the set and the play boosters. But I don't have any Dark Confidants, and so I will take that. Cool. 5 packs left of the play boosters. Ooh, something shiny back there. Now I want to go a little more cautiously. Sleep Magic, Cactar, Garnet, Side Quest, Play Blitzball. Rare is what? I don't know how to say that word, but something sacrifice. Additional cost to cast a spell, pay. Sacrifice a legendary creature, pay 2. Counter target. Oh, counter target activated ability, triggered ability, or non-creature spell. Interesting.
Have you ever seen a game where the stronger you become, the more dangerous it is? You are in the wilderness with no guidance and no tasks.
Ooh, hey! I was like, I kind of think I've seen that border before, but it could be a lot of different things. That is a borderless foil jumbo Cactar, and I don't have any of these, and the art is amazing on this, and it is a borderless foil version as well, which is pretty boss. That's super cool. I actually think that's a really, that's a pretty strong hit. was funny, and I've opened up a couple collector boxes for myself, and obviously a bunch for patrons as well. But one of the most valuable hits between the 2 collector boxes and the pre-release kits, the 2 pre-release kits I had opened previously, prior to this opening, was actually the borderless foil. It was Lightning. Oh, Lindblom Industrial Regency. So yeah, actually one of the most valuable hits I'd gotten between 2 collector boxes and 12 play booster packs from 2 pre-releases actually came from a pre-release pack where I opened up a borderless foil Lightning Army of 1, and which is like going for, I mean, again, right now it's super early, but at this moment going for a ton of money. Crystal of Alder Cave. It is chromatic lantern. It's actually the first time I've seen one of these in